Jerry, you're not going to spin me out, all right?
Try not to.
You
Hello, people.
Getting ready, going green.
Checking stuff out.
Big car is in.
What I'm watching right now is a league race with Mid Atlantic Motorsports, and I just wanted to hang out
Green, green,
with
green.
my people.
You're in third. Next car is the leader.
Here I am.
Outside.
I am going to grab my
Still there,
food.
still there. Ready second. Still there. Keep low. Clear. Car outside. Hold your line. You're on the bottom. 3 wide. Hold it right there.
This
Hold
is
it
what
right
I
there.
usually
Outside.
do
2 wide. Clear.
at night. And I watch a lot of races.
Keep it up. Keep it up. Keep digging.
Ooh, it's dark. It is so dark in here, but this is the real me.
Still there. Still there.
Let's see if I can put a light on.
Still there.
Right now I'm watching Jerry Parker's Mid Atlantic Motorsports League, and my son is racing in the other room. And since I didn't see anyone else in the league that I could find casting,
Hold that line.
I decided to go alone in case my son.
Outside. 2 wide. Still there. Clear.
Anyway, I have no clue what I'm doing. I am on mine because it's 10 o'clock at night and hopefully no one even knows I'm around. Got my other laptop here.
Just call it out if it happens.
checking up.
Swung it right, left. That was not good. I loosened up the steering a bit before the race started, so it's a bit free.
Don't need to be that aggressive.
I figured it out. There it is.
So now we're just
Anyway.
chillaxing, guys.
Okay, Jerry Parker, number 5. He is running in second, and in first place is
What is it? 14 of
337.
coming to 14 of 50. So
We have Artie Dickerson behind him in the 18.
sit here and
And
kind of conserve some
we
fuel
have
running behind him.
in the number 4.
Although I'm still running pretty hard, but
Right now
we're
they're
not
running
right up on him, and
Talladega
the guy behind us
trucks.
isn't right up our ass.
It's
So.
live Sunday fun day. Everyone just kind of hangs out, vibes on a Sunday night. There's no NASCAR tonight, so this is the real me. Wish I had a light. That was stinks, but
Clear outside.
she's not bad.
Clear inside.
Let me get his full screen.
Outside. Still left.
This is a good little league for wanting to run green and clean all the time.
Stay
A
low.
lot of young ones, but people, if they can hold their line, they're good on this one. If you hear my son in the background, he is racing in the other room in the same race. He's in the back, kind of waiting. Beautiful. Like I said, I'd have no clue how to scream, so I'm just having a good time with myself here. I have figured out how I can do it right. Catch up with some North Carolina people.
Got loose as hell. What nothing I could do. We'll let these guys stick around. I got to start looking at stuff anyways, because we're going to have to pit soon. Oh, no,
You hear
16
Jerry
laps.
Parker talking. He's
So we
in
got to pit,
P2.
so... A little bit of time, a little bit of time. A little bit of time.
There you go. Now you can see him. Is who? But I can't see a thing without glasses. And I'm so sorry. This is how I watch races, all like just chilled out. Like I said, there's nothing major going on today. I don't know if you can hear my son. He's driving and spotting apparently P8, which I think it'll be P6 when it cycles out. Oh, he's P4. 3. I don't know. Christopher. You can see him on the relative there. It says P8, but I think it hasn't cycled out yet. Looks like P4. That's my son visible right there. Right there. That's Chris. Itchy nose. Anyway, I missed my friends today. I slept through most of the day. After the F1 race, I conked out.
Who the lucky dog in this race?
We have got this race still going on. I'm watching from Jerry Parker's view. He's in 5th position. Car number 5. And believe it or not, without my glasses, I am struggling to read this stuff. Coke bottle is back on. Nerd time.
Thanks for letting me back in. Yeah, especially with a truck. I thought you were going to swerve.
Jerry's stream is a little quieter than most, so he's not overpowering my voice by any means, I'm sure. You can tell there's a little anxiety in the simulator room. It's behind that curtain, around the corner and downstairs. But you can hear it because it's surround
Hey,
sound.
leaders, you want me to say hi when y'all catch up to me? Get on the apron.
Hold your line.
Go ahead. Go ahead and say hi. Right up against the wall. Hi.
Outside.
Here's my bag.
Clear outside.
There goes my light. Wrong. Sorry, people. That was so wrong. I dropped
Take a break.
my light. There we go.
Was that me, George? Yeah, that's all right. Just turned me a little bit. It's no big deal.
That's better.
Car outside. Clear outside.
We air cruising though, eh?
Cheers.
Yeah, we are. I love leaving the bottom open like that. I love side-by-side racing.
We have Bill Watkins in fourth, Terry Parker in fifth, Artie Dickerson in sixth, and he in car number 18. And seventh is Edward Happening.
Yeah, I was getting a little comfortable on
Christopher
the bumper there,
Spanges in
George.
eighth.
That's cool, then. It's all part of the fun.
Looks like P9, P10, I'm not sure, but P11 is one lap down. That's why it's
Jerry, I
shown
got
in
a pit
blue.
this time, just a heads up.
The people racing on the same lap
Alright,
are
10-4.
number 4, 5, 6, and 7, and 8 behind the 11. If you look up in the rear view mirror, you can see P6, 7, and 8 pretty clear.
Hitting in, 337, hitting in.
Still there.
Just know, black flags will not be cleared during pit time.
Clear inside.
I'm really just glad just because I am bored.
Back in fourth.
Oh, happy Father's Day to everybody. I talked to my dad for a good long while this morning. Find out different things. He's working on rear end gears for a GT2 car. It's a racer out of Nashville, Tennessee.
Car outside. Back
Back
in
in
the
the
now.
three, back in the
Clear.
three.
Good.
Outside. Yellow flag.
And I asked how he did. He said he
After 26.
won Sebring and finished second at Road Atlanta. So I've got to look up some stats and find some pictures. But right now, this is my chill spot. It looks like the yellow is out. They're getting their pit strategies going. But we should be able
Pit road is now open.
Checking out backstretch.
I don't know if you can hear Christopher,
Please
but
start going
What's up, man?
he's talking about how many gallons and tires.
checking up turn 3.
What's going on?
Adam Parks is in this race as well. He's running 6. These are all really decent drivers, guys.
Jetstar 18 car. Pit box in 5, 3, 2, 1. Right here.
Pit stops. And Jerry is in, and
That's it, go.
One beat me off, man. I drove through my pit stop. I drove through my pit box. That's tough. We're gonna have to pit. We're gonna have to field again,
that
anyways.
kind of
For
stinks
sure. I
for
don't think I can make it to the end.
Jerry. Overshot his pit a little bit, but under green, it's not too bad. If you hear background noise, it's Christopher.
The attempts at green, white, checkered.
I don't think you can hear that. That might be blocked by the pillars.
Half 70, 8 car. Jetstar 32 car.
Lap 27 of 50.
Can I get a wave around?
Apparently, they don't know about the rule, man. Come around, get it.
Thank you for tuning in if you're watching. I don't even know if there's any viewers, but I have to get used to streaming,
First car,
watching
one
my
down.
screen, doing all that technical crap, and I'm a friggin' art major. This stuff stinks. But
You got 27 and 31.
technically, eh,
Okay, go
I'm
take your
here.
waves and I'll clear your blacks on green.
Christopher's pitting now. I think he's pitting later.
31 car.
Alright, well, I'm 2 laps down, so can I do it twice?
Chris is in.
I don't know how many laps of caution we have left, but if it's coming 1 to green, you can probably only get 1 back.
I hope you can hear the background music on that. This is another thing I gotta see how my settings are.
1 lap green, get ready. Line up on the outside. Catch the pace car.
1 to green. There's still ways around in this track.
So we're starting P. Here. We got beat, but I don't think he pit. I think he got it because of the reason why he got it was because he pit early.
Like I said,
Appreciate
this is
that,
all
Skippy.
for volume.
Yeah, I'll probably put up another one, Shane. Most likely, I'll put up another one.
Looks like there'll be one more race after this. If you don't mind hanging out, I don't mind hanging out. That's what I do. Watch races.
Yeah.
Car, middle back.
Yeah, it doesn't
I
plug it
like
and plug it
watching
back
my
in.
racing. It's a good break from watching all the other, like, real racing and stuff like that. It's
Hey, appreciate it, Skip. Happy
pressure,
Father's Day
but
to you,
fun.
too, and everybody else, all the other fathers out here, man. Appreciate it.
Happy Father's Day to Kush and Team Mid-Atlantic. I know I'm boring, but
I got you. Got 23 to go. Probably 22 from right here. Yeah, appreciate it, Shane. Shane, I mean. Just another day for me, man.
Going green.
okay, the green flag's out. I'm on a time delay. If you're on iRacing, you're getting this ahead of time, but Jerry Parker's in P2.
Pace car is in.
P1 has got a little bit ahead on the nose. Green is getting ready to come out.
Green, green, green.
And green
Back
flag
in
is
second.
out.
Next car is the leader.
It's a pretty even battle. I see the white car to the inside and the rear.
Car inside.
Ooh, it looks like the inside lane is going to hold for now. He's got more help. Jerry's got nobody behind him.
Come
Look
on down,
at them
5. We'll give you
hanging
a
out
chance
the
if you want it.
post of the session. Hanging him on the outside.
Inside. Car inside.
What a deal.
Go there now.
Stay high. Clear.
Alright, now he can tuck it.
Car inside.
Hey guys, you guys put some tricky stuff
Hey,
there.
Hold that line.
easy on the host there, fellas.
Inside. 2 wide.
You're all over him like maple syrup.
3 wide. Hold it right there. Hold it right there.
Man, they hung the host out 3 wide. Poor Jerry. No respect.
Hold it right there. Inside. 2 wide. Still there. Hold your line. Stay high. Still there. Still there.
I wish I could put my toes on my toes.
Car is the leader. Hold it right there.
I would get
Inside. 2 wide.
in trouble.
Stay high. High. You're in the middle. 3 wide. Be careful. Hold that line. Hold it right there. Hold that line. 20 more laps. Clear outside. 2 wide. Hold your line. Back in small.
Like I said, I'm going to have this.
3 wide. Be careful. Hold it right there. Hold it right there. Hold it right there.
I'm still here. I'm just looking at my screen, checking it out.
Hold it right there.
Christopher, his strategy from the other room is he's saving gas. Big Rack.
Hold that line.
It's not showing on our screen yet, but he's dodging off here. He made it through.
Hold that line.
Christopher did. Whoa! I now see there's a delay.
Yellow flag is out.
Christopher is on the iRacing platform, and I'm on the Twitch platform, and I'm watching
What's up, man?
iRacing on the Twitch platform. So there's
What's
a
up,
bunch
Austin?
of
I'll be
delays
going 3
before
wide if we
he's
can't drive
more
a straight
up
line.
to real speed. Well, he is real speed because he's racing.
Looks like 4 wide to me.
Yeah, I don't know which one it was. It's just zigzagging back and forth, back and forth.
I don't think we got anything. Guy in front of us couldn't hold a damn line though. We got turned.
I have no idea how.
We'll go in and top her off and make sure we can make it to the end.
I hate.
The 32 was the one that kept going back and forth. He that
It's
dude was
just
racing
me.
way too
I'm
damn
sitting
hard.
here drinking a
Checking out
beer,
turn 3.
watching this race.
It'd be like that though.
I am doing this mainly because I think my sister can maybe see it.
10-4.
I like
I think
your
we're past all these
I
guys.
haven't reached the
Anything.
point of having icons yet, Chief.
Checker, 25, car.
I'm in that low category.
37 pitting in.
Yeah, turn 4. Pick it up.
By the way, that incident was a crap ton of netcode.
I'm glad to see you back racing some. I got to see your pictures and videos from the track when you were in Texas.
Said it was Nick code.
Texas or Vegas? I know you're out west there. I'm doing okay. How are you?
Hey, hold his line. He got turned. Gotta hold that line,
I was
boy. Gotta
bored
hold
this
that line.
evening and I decided to just sign on.
I don't think
I'm
we even
blind
got any
though.
damage, but we got 3 attempts at green, white, checker, so I'm trying to save all
I'm
my
blind and I can't hear and I
all
can't
my
see.
stuff, guys. All my
Old age.
12 seconds.
Stop
Yes, sir.
racing.
Let's go.
Lappers, if you want your lap back, I
Lewis.
advise you take it back.
Oh, okay.
That's it, go.
WWT Wild West Tour, I'm
What are you
guessing.
doing?
Oh, Worldwide Technology. Duh. What am I thinking? Kenny Wallace's job.
We didn't get all our damage.
That was cool you got to go there. You live in a great
Shit.
area for racing.
Line up single file. Checker, 27, car.
I like that track.
Can I do the same thing again for the waiver round?
Yeah, I kind of
I
wanted
just
to
instructed all lappers
be
to
able
go
to
and take
actually
their
show
lap back.
people I'm a real person.
Oh, sorry, I wasn't paying
I'm
attention.
looking here. I got a laptop. I got Grand Command here. I know typing sucks. That's the main reason. I was like, oh my god, I can't see.
Bro, I got off, man. I played like one game of that shit and got off, bro. I was beat. We ran 2 6-hour races, man. I was beat, man.
Oh my gosh, that was so good.
Still a little
I wanted
tired
Tony
today.
to win, but who in the heck can beat Helio, really? I mean, he's still, I think, one of the best in the world. But yeah, that would be cool.
The dude in the 32 is causing is the issue.
My
bro,
dad,
I think,
actually, I talked to him today because, you know,
What,
it's
man?
Father's Day, and
What'd you do?
I made a special point to actually cut in a good amount of time to talk. And
Yeah, man.
he said that he met Tony Stewart at
Back to back on
race
them. It's because we was fucking,
track.
we led
I
most
think
of the day,
he said
man.
Plainville Speedway,
When you
before
end up
Tony
leading
was
them like
even
that, man, of
famous.
course you
They
want to
were
do
both
more of them.
sponsored by Hoosier. And Tony was testing the same day
We did
my
that shit
dad
at the
brought
3
Joe
hour of,
Nemechek and Joe's brother John. They brought 2 BGN cars.
Charlotte
John
Roval
was
3
not
hour
old
last
enough
year.
at the time to drive in real
Did the same thing. We finished
competition,
second there.
but they had him warming up a car out there before he ever went in the truck
We
series.
finished third in the one yesterday.
And he told me today he met Tony at
Had
that
like 49 cars or some shit.
Hoosier test at Plainville, New Jersey, I believe is where that track
Probably could have won it. We got in a little bit of trouble early.
Yeah,
It kept us from it.
I-55 because I looked at my keyboard and I said, okay, what corresponds
Shit be
to
like
the
that, bro.
to the percent sign? So I knew it was I-55.
I've had to use the
I don't
faster
know
car. Yeah, we
St.
got
Louis
3
much. I've only
3
been as
green, white
far
checkers
west
here, bro, so
as Talladega.
could end up being
I know. I take that back.
racing for us
Phoenix.
not having to
Phoenix.
use
Flew into
faster car yet.
Phoenix.
32 is real aggressive though here.
Saw
Watching
the
all
Grand
drivers.
Canyon
The guy
from
in
here.
front of
That's
us,
as far
he
west
runs
as
the
I got
league
to
with
go.
us.
I had to score that track. That car back in '96. That was.
Everybody else.
That was kind of a weird,
weird
weird track for me. Phoenix, it was like 185 degrees just walking from the track to your car and to the van. Had to ride home in the van. Well, no, I had to ride from the racetrack to the airport, and it was a bad day. It was a bad day. I don't even remember how we finished, but I know that because my ex was a tire carrier and transporter driver, and I was only the scorer, and we were splitting up, I was told by Tim Brewer that day that he can replace me a lot easier than he can replace my ex, soon-to-be ex-husband. So that was the last time I worked in racing, and I actually didn't watch another race from 1997 and up till 2007. I kind of didn't watch racing at all. I was a beekeeper and a gardener and did some personal stuff. Regrouped, but now this is what I like. it's what I know and what I love is racing. Oh yeah, to go to those races and see it from the infield and stuff too. It's an experience of a lifetime. I was very lucky to have 2 years where I had a NASCAR license and went full time. I had a NASCAR license back when my dad had the Nemechek team, but I didn't use it that much. I should have used it more, but also it wasn't $1,200 back then. Well, no, I don't know how much it was. It was $1,200 when I was working in but that was 95, 96. I can't even imagine. I mean, I love these big races, don't get me wrong, and I wouldn't trade my experience for the world, but there's nothing like going to a local track and watching the people work on the cars and fix this and accomplish that. That's, I mean, my favorite stuff, to be honest. And as soon as our situation gets a little better, I want to go to New Smyrna and like regularly. As a habit, I want to do it as a habit. But I'm lucky to live.
I don't know what they're doing. I think they're trying to hook up, but I'm just trying to get the hell out of the way. I think we're good right now because we're single file.
Jerry is running six.
It's gonna get racy before here too long.
Saving gas till the last 5 laps. So I know he's not gonna make no charge till later. Green light checker, he's saying in there. I'm like, what? It's 38 laps. I'm not on that much of a delay. That's great. The Wares have been in racing a long time. Yeah. That's really cool that you can get them through the sponsors. The hospitality people are always great to work with.
I'm an idiot.
The sponsors were the most important person. The VIPs
got booted
in the pits for sure. I had to score the. I believe I had to score Joe Nemechek in New Hampshire one year because Martha was entertaining the Budweiser people. They had like a few race sponsorship with Budweiser, and when they come to town, it's like they're the most important people in the book right there. And Martha Nemechek had asked if I would score the car so she could entertain them. So I did score for Joe once at New Hampshire. I'm a New England brat, but also a NASCAR brat. It's almost kind of like, I mean, I traveled a lot. Moved 17 times before I was 18. So it's kind of like a military kid with racing. Oh yeah, they do treat you good there and Gatorade. Oh yeah, when you get the radio and you hear that side, it's like a whole new side of the race. That's the part I love the most is listening to the
31,
hits,
you're
like
gonna
when
get one.
George um,
Yeah, bad.
B goes online and he does it from the pit. That's how I know how to watch a race. Like I can hear what's going on around the track. It's kind of weird. Like my son will even, he's in the other room racing and he'll ask if I watched his race, and I actually didn't physically watch it with my eyes, but I can hear everything that's going on. You can hear every little hiccup. When you grew up around it, you can tell if something's a pass or a normal sound. There's a rhythm. Something happens to the rhythm. Oh yeah, yeah. He's good people, and I'm really like so grateful he shows the view from the pits because that's where like I've never sat in any of the bleachers. Like I've been to Talladega and stuff. I've never sat in the bleachers. I was there when Ricky Craven climbed the wall in that car. Oh my God, just to see that car when it came in. I literally almost threw up seeing that car because you just know how hard they work on these. I don't know how to be a fan. I don't have a favorite driver. I can't, other than Richard Petty. I mean, that's, as a kid, I made his models. Well, look at Chris. He's there on the inside. He didn't show up in the relative, but there he is. Yeah, so anyway, I was handed a stopwatch when I was like 7 years old. I got a stopwatch for Christmas, and I was just the happiest person in the world. And I got to time cars and write them down, and scored my first race professionally as, I guess, every team was required to travel with two scorers when we traveled the modified tour. And I got to score at the age of 12 my first time. It's like a bowling sheet, basically. You just write down numbers. And they figure it out. They sort it out. Kevin Harvick is really cool. I love watching the videos with this little girl, man. She is so sweet. Racing. Yeah, but you're a good driver, though, Scott. You really are. So that's a good thing too. The last driver that races right now at this time that I met was Ryan Preece in 2017. He was at New Smyrna and he was racing the mod. And my dad had lent him some racing books, and he was visiting with him, and I got introduced to him. Such a quiet man. He was building a part of some sort. He was hands-on. It was a brief meeting. I don't really see many racing people anymore unless it's like out to dinner or something like that. Old crew member. My dad goes to coffee every Monday in Edgewater, Florida, and meets with all the old racers. Steve Bird. When I went there, Steve Bird was there. A modified driver, Bob Carvinen, number 99 from Massachusetts. He was there. And different people from the press and stuff sometimes go there. But they just all bring pictures of the old days. It's kind of like a book club. It's like an old book club. And they bring all those. My dad actually, he told me today that he brought the weight jack Now, if anyone knows what a weight jack is,
Push
it's
me as
really
hard as
weird.
you
It looks
can.
like a jack you jack your car in the old days, the old metal, but it's got a dial on it, and you put it on the bumper, and you go up and down like that, and you can read how many pounds is on each corner of the car, depending on where you lift it. It takes, you know, of course, consistency. Somebody just left the scene, Chris.
What the hell happened there?
I didn't even get a zero X, so like, I swear it wasn't that hard.
Well,
No,
anyway,
it
that's
wasn't the
Chris
fact
leaving there.
of how hard you
But,
were pushing me. I positioned my truck on an odd angle.
my cool car.
Yeah. As he said.
But yeah, he brought the weight jack to show, ask if people knew what it was, and of course Steve Bird knew what it was because Steve has used that back in the day. Steve Bird, famous crew chief, came out of a garage up in Fitchburg, where we were all from in Massachusetts.
Good for her, that's literally
And
all I was doing.
he was there just as a young kid helping, and was always there. You just gotta show up and be willing to lend a hand doing anything. And ended up winning the Talladega 500 in '81. Steve Bird did. My dad was there as one of his consultants. He kind of was his consultant. Most of his life, Ronnie drove one of his first cars. And my dad built cars from the time he was 14. He owned his first car, and then he built cars. Oh, crap, that's a wreck. Jerry got craned.
The green white checkers, fuck it.
Yeah, he bought
I
his
was just
first
gonna
car
ask if you
in
wanted me to throw it.
I got 3
2000.
green white checkers, so.
Copy.
2000.
All good.
No, I'm sorry. I'm watching the wreck, and I'm not even thinking. Yeah, my
That
dad
was
bought
great
his first
driving
car
there
in
for a while up
Massachusetts
there.
at the age of
That was
14 and
good.
raced it at a couple of speedways with his uncle, and it was all
We gotta go
kinds of
back and look at
stories.
that.
He
I'm not
ice
sure what
raced,
happened. I'm not sure if we're driving through
drag
people,
raced,
if
IMSA
it's
raced.
net coding, what's going on. It's looking bad, so I'm gonna have to go check out my. I know they just had an
Safe
update.
cars in the middle of the backstretch.
I hope they
It
didn't
seems
redo
like if
the
I get
net
pushed or if I
net
push
code
somebody,
looking good this week. It's the first time you can run up
who
close to
knows?
someone and not wreck. Yeah, there you are. That's why I got all confused.
Fair and check it into 3.
I have like 1,000 neurological
But
disorders.
that's why we saved
So
our fast repairs.
I'm ADD
Most
and
of these guys probably ain't got none left.
ADHD and all
I
kinds
don't
of
feel
stuff.
bad about it. We
Mental,
caused enough
physical,
wrecks. If I caused 1 or 2, oh well.
crazy stuff. Oh man.
How much should I push you, 18? Push him hard.
Yeah, no,
Sad day in
I just watched the
Mobile. That's
replay.
our last
We were
beer.
shifting too much and you got me in the quarter panel.
Letter 777 carbide. Showing as the black flag. You passed under yellow. We need to come in and serve a 30-second penalty. Pit box in 10.
Fuck that shit.
Hold for
Is
6
there
seconds.
anybody that needs a lap back? Because I'm going to make it
He'll
to the
get
green
that
as soon
cleared.
as possible.
1. Right here.
Chris is gonna be out of fuel if he don't. He planned for 1 green white checker. He's hosed. So he's leaving, but guess what? I gotta jump over here.
Well, we got to deal with the little kid one more time, so.
I'll be right back.
700.
I'm not sure, to be honest. I was trying to push the outside line of Frank Perfin, and I don't know if Watkins came up. Not sure, can't ask him because he left, but I'll have to go back and look at the replay on that.
I'm back. Eating my hair.
Pace cars in the middle of the backstretch. I advise you get out of pit road now.
To get out of pit road now. God dang it.
Okay, we are 1 to green. If they go green, white, checker, Chris will have to give up the lead because he's only playing for 1 green, white, checker. What the?
I need to.
Pace cars entering 3.
What the?
We're going to hydrate, man, right after this race. Probably take a 5-10 minute break before we start the next one.
I think that old Kush needs to have a break. I think we all need to have a smoke break. If I smoke.
You gotta do pace speed, dude.
Oh my God, that guy got such a bad start. He's coming, Chris. He said the guy behind him got a bad start, but he's kind of out there on his own. You might have to give up the lead as you run out of gas. He punted you. Holy crap. How are you not in the... I have no idea how that's going to play out. Holy crap. Holy. I'm still watching. I'm over here. Still here, folks. Chris is on the outside there with that thread. I think I got P2. 3. P3.
Yeah, whoever that was at the end, I think I got into you. Sorry about that.
Pretty good stuff there at the end.
But I was out there to have a run coming back through.
Yeah, I'll take 70 glad. That's all that matters. Thanks for the host.
I didn't have no help when I was on the outside trying to stop it. Whoops. I'm back. Choking, choking, choking. Well.
The best we could do, we didn't have no help. Just try to push that bottom line. Our line won, so we can be happy about that. Small victories. Small victories.
Good job, Mr. Parker.
That's it, go.
Out the front.
Well, let me see. Who ended up winning? Looks like the 777.
I had a...
The Buffalo car. He's going to do some donuts. I'm gonna get a replay of the finish here. The Chris on the bottom. You know, look, I gotta have these glasses. You know, what's weird is that Buffalo car. Look at that.
It's like when I
Who's
touched
gonna
him and
win?
knocked me down.
He was back in like
Car
8th.
reacted kind of weird there. Watch when this happens. We touch a little bit. Watch. See that? I
I
think we
took
got
the
hit from
last
behind
one.
those buzz. I think the guy
You need
behind
a sip?
us.
I took the last beer.
He's hitting me right there, I think. Yeah, he's got me sideways. So the dude that won the race is the guy he turned me. I'm trying to push the.
Well, I know that you got to see who
I
I
mean,
was the
damn.
whole
It
time.
is what
Like,
it is.
I've watched you for a year and a half.
That was that wreck. I
Now
was trying
people
to
get
figure
to
out
see who the frick
what all had
cares.
happened because that felt weird. Never.
This is tea after dark.
I'll probably do a couple. I might do one more.
I'm looking for my inhaler because I have a little bit of an issue.
We let the guy go. That's the guy I think they were talking about couldn't hold his line. So we're 3 wide there. I'm just trying to get to the back. If I remember correctly.
Today.
They left a big hole there for me. I kind of got forced there. Since let's go back and look at this though. They said it was net code. I don't know if it was. I don't.
Look like the 31 is kind of stopping them. Ooh, that was weird. Now that was weird.
More than enough room to race there.
For wide. Ooh, we got wiggly a little bit.
They said it was net code right there.
Closing up there and didn't touch him though. No, that was a net code. Holy crap. That was a bad net code. Apparently the sim can't handle 3 hitting at the same point. No, he did get him. 5 got him. 5 got him. Not bad.
Maybe net code. A little bit. Either way.
Yeah, 5 kind of got him.
32 was pretty aggressive. We had to get him up out of there. I'm thinking about it. I'm thinking about it. We're going to see here in a second. Over here and look and see.
What they're doing is in the chat, they're probably asking if he's putting up something. I can hardly see. Alright, do this. Yes.
Yeah, 4 wide.
Weird situation.
He was putting it three wide. They just left a huge gap, so I just put my nose there, but we didn't have any
See
help.
what he's
He
looking
didn't
at,
have
see
any
if
help, but
anyone's playing that game.
it's just one of them things. Leave a hole that big, I'm going for it.
What the heck is a failed to load module?
I don't know what you guys want me to do. Leave a hole that big, I'm going for it, guys.
Reload that. That is a very strange situation. I'm not gonna just do this. Maybe because I'm streaming. I'm still here. I don't know why it's not showing me. Okay, we got that. That's back. We've got the sim running in the other room. I've got a laptop. I've got a main computer of my own. I shall see what the hell. Like I said, this is all like practice stuff. He's starting a game, so I can leave him to load this. I don't think so. I think he's loading something. He said he was going to check. I don't know if his friends are playing some other game or something. Let's see. What the heck is all that? I don't want my history. I want my videos. But he wants to see what I watch. It's weird crap. I don't want to create a studio either. Do not want that. Just want. That's what I want. That's what I want. Because I gotta go into that stuff later.
Problem with it. Carry on. Hey, you make it like it's about dude. You know it ain't about that. You know what the fuck you did, nigga. I don't hate you. You Muslim.
You wanna look at ice racing.
For the record, I am Muslim first. Where should I begin? I'm a general. I'm one of the men. ABPSN. I'm hospitable. Respect the grid, but we cannot be friends. Social media. I'm not promoting criminal intent. Big spinner. Get the business deal when killer get consent. Whoever play don't want they family members. Go me no 5-ton, no metal box. I'm coming with the stamp on me. Leaving hands. What's his name? Sleeping spinning.
Sounds like you crashed. Something crashed.
Tell you in New York that I got handling. Big Jigga tell you if I love you, anything you ask of me. Brave when a brave heart ain't tripping about no brave team. Stalking trying to chalk something ain't sticking like no Beijing. Curveboy trail, you know.
I'm gonna shut down Cush's thing because some reason it was making some weird crash noise with my computer or yours one. That was very, very weird. Let's see. Go back here. This is what I wanted to see, was this ice racing stuff. Lake Whalen. When I was a kid, I went to this. I mean, I was 2, 3, 4 years old, maybe 5. No, 4. I was in Florida. I was 6 when this stuff was going on. Let's see. I don't. It's like 3 minutes. Now, my dad said he drove a car that looked like a car. I never yet asked him. Halfway, it looks like this car was the new one. There's little doors come flying. I swear, I remember it. And then the house on my hill to the right with little brown windows. Brown windows. I swear that's car. It's cracking me up. I gotta show him. If it's not, I'll be quiet. He said he drove a car. He got to this is the type of stuff I grew up with. This is my first memories of this. Ice racing. And then this stuff's crazy. This is 1963. 3, 4, 5. I'd say 1966. No, 65. It doesn't get cold enough anymore. This weird. That's crazy. How fast it is. I gotta find out what the tires are. They're that cheap. I know my dad said this is when he drove back. That stuff's nuts.
Did you ever live or serve at Camp Lejeune?
See what's up is pushback, yeah.
And later develop cancer, Parkinson's, or another serious illness? If you were at Camp Lejeune at any time...
This is Connecticut Dragway. Let me see. I went here when I was first born. My dad's got a trophy from 1961. I was born in 61. I remember being here. I know it sounds nuts, but it just is. It's in my head. From a baby's point of view. I was under a yellow blanket that was propped up because of the sun and all that. I remember the grass. wooden poles of the fence seem so big. But I look in the video, they're little wooden poles. It's crazy. It's like, I don't know if this is the particular race that my dad was racing in. I'm just trying to find footage of all the tracks he raced at and kind of the era that he raced. And I do have a photograph somewhere of his drag car. It wasn't like a dragster. It was a black car with wings, and it was like Oldsmobile or something. A Buick. It had like wings on the back, like that, like those cars. It was black. It's kind of like the car in the background there. But I got a picture of it somewhere. I'll put this online soon. Yeah, this is the old stuff I used to do when I was growing up as a really young baby. Now, I'm going to jump to this video. This is Brookline, New Hampshire. This is the track my dad drove bicycles. Pedal bike, 8.5 miles, I measured, from Lunenburg, Massachusetts, where he lived, to Brookline, New Hampshire Speedway. In 1957, he bought his first car.
It's April 13th, 2016, and we are here to discuss the former Brookline Speedway.
But he raced
I'm
at
here
Brookline,
with Del Porter. I present Del Porter.
But you are.
Huh? Oh, and I am Nancy Reinbold.
I'm Scott Griffin.
That talked about
my first question, thinking back before the Speedway was established, what were the attitudes of the people when the idea came up with the Speedway? How did the people in Brookline feel about it?
The general consensus, I think, was.
But that was right after.
Wanted to get rid of the track. Let me jump ahead.
So the people who did not want the racetrack.
I lost almost every.
Let me see. The traffic light from the Speedway. I remember it was a blinking light.
And kept kids awake.
There's the car.
And
that is Ron Bouchard. At 12 years old, 1960. And the reason he raced is because the guy that was racing it couldn't show up. And they raced it anyway. And he was in pretty big trouble with his dad. But he did win. And my dad has the stories about all these cars. But the car like this was similar to what my dad built. Or bought, I mean. He bought a car off of a guy named Frank Fisher. And the guy that owned this was a different guy. That's the guy.
People had to work the next day. Noise, and I'll tell you, it was noisy. It was noisy.
Could you be here to this location here on at the top of Steam Mill Hill
Up
Road?
here? Yeah. Oh, yeah. Came right up here.
That might have the name. Pete Salvatore. That's the number 2. It's Pete Salvatore's car, and Ronnie drove it when Pete couldn't show up, and there's a whole documentary that Ronnie did about that race and all, but that is the car, the very first car Ronnie Bouchard drove, and then he went on and won the Talladega 500 in 1981, which was 20 years later. But this was the racetrack I went to as a child, like a really young child, under the age of 4, because they closed up. And we went south to Florida to race for a season when I was 5.
Also all along South Main Street, all down that area.
So, yeah, that's the very race. To the ice racing, and then we went to the dragway.
If you're over 30 years old,
I just like watching these old dragway mid-60s.
Stream live TV from 85 plus channels and save up to $500 a year.
To get a chronological thing, this probably doesn't have sound. To get a chronological idea of what order to do the bio of my father's racing history, I figured I'd just collect videos of every track he went to into a list and then just go down the list with him. Kind of like I'm doing now, but this stuff was fun. And, he won the championship. Let me see. And Westboro was another place. He raced that same car that raced at Brookline. This would be old stuff. The real old footage. And that was my dad's car, and he won there. Well, no, he doesn't own, when I say my dad's car, it's RC was in charge of the chapter.
The High Bank Quarter-Mile Oval, located between Boston and Worcester, Massachusetts, opened in the late 1940s for midget racing. You can even see goalposts in the infield at that time. By the 1950s, it was stock cars at Westboro Speedway. This one from 1951, a 200-lap championship new car race. By 1960, it was the Cut-Downs. Here, the winningest driver in Westboro history, Fred Borden, wins in September of 1960 for Andy Smith's number 99. By 1962, it was the full coupe flatheads, and Dee Castell wins opening night of 1962 at Westboro. On to Memorial Day of 1962 in a crash involving Fred Borden in the number 10, Lucky Thompson in the 79, see Dee Castell there in the 2, and Homer Eggleston in the number 5. Pete Salvatore, another big winner at Westboro in the 60s, 1963, for the Bouchard Red and White Movers, car number 2.
Bouchard's father.
Midget racing, popular at Westboro Speedway throughout the 60s and 70s. Here, the late Joe Chicky wins the Budweiser Trophy and the checkered flag presented by Maury Dumas. Opening night of 1964 at Westboro saw Mario Fats Caruso at the wheel of the number 10, subbing for Fred Borden, who was out of the car for that year. The Flying Finn from Fitchburg, Reno Talonen, finished out the season in the number 10 and won the championship in 1964. Other drivers competing at Westboro win trophies in this event. Joe Cass to the left, Lucky Thompson in the middle, Ken Cutney on the right, along with starter Dave Faulkner and promoter Dave Morton. Here's a winner in the B car division. Donati's car number 88, driven by Buzz Levens, a winner at Westboro. Red Biso, another popular driver in the B car division at Westboro, winning in car number 99.
That's a B class.
August of 1965, a midget win at Westboro Speedway for Len Thrall in the number 65.
They were fun to watch.
And we jump ahead a year to August of 1966. Lou Austin wins in the full coupe number 73.
So you can see the coupe starting. You can see modern
Jumping
fights.
ahead yet another year to August of 1967 and some action on the second turn at Westboro Speedway with the full coupe Class A's.
And the coupes are starting coming down.
Jim McCallum, not even a rookie, but winning in August of 1967 in the B car division at Westboro Speedway.
Like
And in September of 1967, Fred Borton hung up the helmet for his career, winning one more time in the number 10 and winning the championship at Westboro.
Under NASCAR, but
1968 saw the cars from Seekonk come and compete at Westboro. Here Bobby Sprague takes a feature win in the number 42. The midgets still ran a lot of shows now in the 1970s at Westboro Speedway, and a variety of midgets too, as you see an upright going against the Badger on the quarter mile. Now under the direction of Harvey Tattesal's United Racing Club, here the B division mixes it up at Westboro Speedway.
look at all those beautiful classic cars.
July of 1976, the small block modifieds return. This time the Joe Brady number 41, piloted by Bob Santos and Bud Stevens at Westboro. Butch Walsh, Coupe number 55, also competing, this time in June of 1977, as Westboro again features the modifieds. Later to be known as the Pro 4 Modifieds, back to the days of the Mini Modifieds, here's Peter Schluter's rather radical-looking car number 00.
All of these cars.
Modified action at Westboro. Fats Caruso in the 69, Elliot Bigelow in the 7, Joe Howard in the 1X, Mike Whedon in the 30, and Mike Murphy in the M3. Whedon wins the Thompson 300 qualifier at Westboro in 1977. Carl Merrill pops the champagne. Bill Slater makes the trophy presentation. More action on the track. Roland LaPierre in Ranstrom's number 35. Billy Tibbetts in the M14, and Mike Murphy goes around on the outside in the M3. And a big winner in the 70s, the late 70s at Westboro, Leo Cleary in Tom Dunn's T5 visits Victory Lane. A driver's reunion in 1977. A number of the drivers that had competed for many years at Westboro Speedway, celebrating the 30th anniversary of the quarter-mile oval. More modified action, this time Joe Howard in the 1X. Ron Bouchard in Bill Hood's number 7, trying to thread the needle between Joe Howard and Ronnie Rocco in the 13. For that anniversary celebration, it was a birthday cake competition. Here, officials and drivers test the cakes to award the big winner. The Pro 4 Modifieds became regulars in the mid-80s at Westboro Speedway. Here, Dan Meservey in the 11A goes against a strong-running Sam Stern in the 09. And in the final year at Westboro Speedway, 1985, John Falcone brings his NASCAR Featherlight Modified to the quarter-mile oval and poses for a photo with the family at the start-finish line. Westboro Speedway, advertising the great racing going on in the 1970s and 80s.
I think my camera. Chris, come here a minute.
Now from Channel 1 Videos, that was Racing Volume 6. We get the late 70s at Westboro Speedway, where the small block modifieds were the headline attraction and all the big names were there.
On my... Oh, because of this. Well, since I'm having technical difficulties too, I'm trying to figure this shit out. I'm gonna close this off, but this is the kind of fun stuff we did. I love this track. I really did. I went there a lot. That T5 was a very famous car. T5 Brent was owned by Tom Dunn. Colors broken up. Colors. Let's see. People capture. Anyway, thank you all. Just trying to figure this stuff out. I wish that I could figure out how to do that. Fix it. Let's see. Fix it. This one. case I got. Damn it, did it. Maybe now it will. Alright, peace and